This is Liz with Crafty Devotion, and I am back. I'll make a few decisions when you're not here, but I'm trying to turn on the camera so you can see what I end up doing. I think I just blocked your view, didn't I? I decided right here I'm going to just place this one, which is the same as I have around this. I was trying to figure out enough room, and I'm thinking, how do I do that? And I do like that, placing it on top. You're not concealing it all, but you're concealing some. This is a mat that is non-stick, so I can actually glue right onto the mat, and I'll be able to lift it up afterwards. And the last time I made my tassel, I actually put so much stuff in it that it became really thick. So I'm trying to lay them kind of flat so that it's not too thick up here. So I took out the knot of that. It's been knotted because I started with this. And this is just strips of fabric. And I turn them into ribbons, basically. I'm thinking we always buy the sari ribbons. I haven't bought any, actually. I do want some of those, but it's basically the same concept. And these are just a series of some of the organzas, and if you can see all the beautiful gold threads that are throughout this organza, this vintage organza. It also has black threads running through it, which gives it that look that it has. What is that? One of my kids are up, and this is the fabric from the red flowers that I have there. So I want a little red in it, more red. I put red at all the way in the bottom with that lace. I'm going to put a couple of strips of this red fabric. I'm only going to put 2 because I can add more later if I think it needs a little more red. I don't think it will because the red is pretty dominant. Okay. And then this one right here is another fabric, and I was showing you earlier that I just knotted into a bow, and that's pretty much. I don't think I'm gonna add it now, but it will probably go on top. Let's see, what else did I want to add? Here we go. Now I'm also adding some other things, like here is a sequin trim. I don't think I have this sequin trim, but I don't think I have it in my shop. I've been putting it in the when I make a Crafty box. I'll put some of this in there because I love that color. Just gorgeous colors. I think it goes kind of unique. And then I know I wanted to use these beautiful pearls. I love these pearls. They're just gorgeous. I'm not sure if that's how I want them to look. I'm going to wait to put those on. Okay, what else? What else? What else? I do have this chain I was thinking about adding to it. Maybe I will put a little of this. And it's just that cup chain. Is that what it's called? Now, usually when I'm putting flowers together, and I think about color coordinations, it's more about putting contrasting colors with different colors. So on this side, instead of putting all the reds together, I'll put the reds over by the green, by the gold. I feel like that can drop lower. I want the gold on top of the red. I haven't decided on the red if I'm going to place a rose right in the center or if I'm just going to put bling right in the center. Oops, I almost forgot to put it back on. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make decisions on where I'm placing things. And sometimes it stays the same, sometimes it changes. I did forget to tell you about this one here. It's just a gorgeous color, and this is just actually the edge of the fabric. And some of these beautiful fabrics, when you shabby them up and you remove some of the color, then the gold comes out, like on this one. And so this is what it looks like. See that? And then if you keep on taking off some of the green, the gold actually shows, see? And so that's what I'm doing. This gorgeous fabrics, I like to find the beauty in them. And the truth is that the other thing you have to realize is that when you're working with these types of fabrics, when you cut it one way, then the other color will come off, so now the gold is coming out and the green is staying. So test it before you cut it so you know which direction. If you ever have fabric that's like this, that's what I pretty much have to do. And so this was just this fabric, and I just stripped it and took off some of the edges so that the gold would come out of it. And I'm not sure I like all this gold strings coming down. They almost feel like they're going to get caught and everything. So I'm going to trim some of these out. I don't mind them, but too many. Okay. And then this one here was also the fabric, and what I did was, it's the one of the organzas, and what I did is I actually, when I burned it out the edges a little bit, when I used the candle, it actually made the gold come out and got darker gold. So it actually has some dimension there. So I'm just using fabrics. I enjoy turning fabrics into flowers and getting some beauty out of them. Getting the beauty out of them, that's what I like to do. And these are, I'm going to have to trim this after because it keeps on coming out. After I put the glue on them, they should settle down. I didn't take the time to clean them up before I finished them. So you can see on these two, I just made them different because I like the black, but I didn't think it completely went with this, so I worked on it so that it won't be so black. And I put those like this in a, let's see, I think we'll switch these. Put that one right there. Let's see. and decide which side I want there. Okay. So I'll put it in a triplet. I can always add, replace. After I do all of this, then I take a few moments later on and I examine it a little closer, tone down colors that I don't like, bring out colors I feel like are missing, those types of things. And so you can see here that all these layers, there's a variety of colors, and I put this chain on. I see that it's not in front, so I bring it up to the front. And I'm still going to be adding something else here, those pearls. Here they are. I love these little pearls. And I think what I'm going to do, they do come apart because they're actually like a beading pearl. So there you go. There we go. I think I'm going to place them, glue it on. So right in here. And then I can place them where I want. Underneath the flower. I don't know if you can see that. I kind of want it to be more than one length. That's why I'm messing with it. Don't want them all to be the same length. Put a little more glue in there. Keep them down. It's just underneath the flower. Hello, it's Liz with Crafty Devotion, and so far this is what we have here. I basically have placed that lace, these beautiful flowers with all of this gorgeousness on here, and now I had already decided that I was going to be placing some jewelry, and so I have these two cameos. I actually carry these in my shop, and I just love these colors. I think they'll go beautifully. I just have to decide which one to use. And I also brought out some red and clear with gold, because all this is gold, so I decided to go gold. So I have decisions to make, and I brought out a few other little pieces, like this one's just gorgeous. But I was actually considering coming down here and placing a cameo here down at the bottom in the center. Can you see that? And there you go. And these here, they're actually just, they're not completely flat in the back. A lot of the items I have in my shop that are bling were actually previously fashion jewelry and that I took apart. I can buy fashion jewelry in my area by the dozen. And so I will take them apart sometimes, and now that I place this one here, I actually think it looks really good. I'm not sure if I really want this here, so let's move this. And maybe I will put it down below. See, it does look good right there. See? No, that definitely won't go. do you think of that? Well, there we go again. A little bit of a break. I just didn't want you to miss that. Let's see what other decisions I make. I'll come back with my final decisions. This is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I will talk to you next time.